Jared here, and I'm freezing my butt off today in Frankenmuth, Michigan because this weekend Zehnders is doing their annual Snowfest, so I thought I'd come out here and kind of film that and just kind of walk around Frankenmuth and show what it looks like in the winter. Now, this weekend it's going to be very, very cold, and if you do plan on coming out, dress really warm because they're not doing any of the warming tents this year, so it's going to be a little bit harder to duck in out of the cold. Now, speaking of cold, I'm a little bit curious as to what everybody's preferred temperature is out there. Now, me, I prefer it to be 85, 90 degrees with a little bit of humidity. Once it gets below 32, that's a bit too cold for me. But what about you? What's your preferred temperature range? One of the other things that they're not going to be doing this year is fireworks. And I do believe that the amount of snow sculptures and ice sculptures that they're actually doing is going to be reduced as well. But right now, let's head over to the Zehnders area and kind of see what they're working on. Oh, we didn't even have to quite make it over to Zehnders before we started seeing stuff. Right now, we're in front of the Bavarian Inn. Check out this snow sculpture. Or it's actually an ice sculpture. It's a little turtle on his shell going down some kind of ski slope. Oh, Lindsay would love this one. Check out this owl. Sponsored by the Frankenmuth News. It also looks like they do have some tents set up that perhaps are going to sell food and beverages, and they're not open right now, so I'm not sure exactly what's in them, but it does look like they're preparing for something. Let's go over here and look at a couple of these snow sculptures that are out. Now, this is really cool. It's a doggy. Now, I'm not real familiar with dog breeds, but what does that look like? Does that look like a pug? Or is that something else? Polar Express. Now, I've not actually been to the snow festival in many, many years, not since I was a child. Lindsay and I tried to come here a couple of years ago, but we went like a day or two early, and they were just working on all the snow and ice sculptures, so we didn't get to see any of the finished products. And this airplane's kind of in a rough spot. It's facing the parking lot, and cars can park in front of it. Really probably should be turned around. Luckily, there's one empty spot I could walk up into and film. What is it? Is it a polar bear and penguins? Yeah, probably. That's what we're gonna go with. There's still no indoor dining allowed in Michigan. Starting February 1st, I believe there will be. Probably have this up and running though this weekend. Get something to eat and drink outside. Looks like we got one of those igloo dining things for one. One group of people can get this little igloo. No service offered in the igloo. I'm sorry, I lied. It's just a big tease. Nobody can get this igloo. And here I thought I was being smart coming out early on Friday, the first day of the festival, thinking that there wouldn't be that many people out here. How wrong I was. And to think it's only going to get worse on Saturday and Sunday. Crowd level is really going to grow. Now, if you do come out here this weekend and you find yourself getting really cold and want something hot to drink, I highly suggest going to the Harvest Coffee House. I've gotten coffee here quite a few times, and it's really good. Just walking by Zach and Mac's Chocolate House, and look at this. They've got their own ice sculpture out here. Giant ice cream cone. I don't think anybody wants ice cream on this cold day. But you might want to stop in and get some of their fudge. Now, all throughout town, there are a lot of grills like this selling food and drinks to make up for the fact that there's not any indoor dining. This particular one is in front of Tiffany's. Looks like they're selling some barbecue pork sandwiches and brats. Now, I mentioned earlier that there's a lot less snow sculptures and ice sculptures this year. For instance, this area right here between Zehnders and Rouse Country Store is usually full of snow sculptures. Now, there's still a few of them over there, which we're going to go look at. But like I said, not nearly as many as there usually is. This is a really cool train station and train. Rock on ice. Go over here and look at the, what is he, not the conductor, but, you know, I don't know what they call those guys that stand out there and wave the train on. Not even going to pretend to know. Is this a snail on wheels? I think that is what that is, isn't it? Let's go over here and look at, you know, a little bit more outdoor dining. this is the one that caught my eye, though, the bridge. And then look at over here. Looks like a T-Rex in a bed. Just snoozing. Well, this is for that outdoor eating area we just saw at Zehnder's Takeout. I wonder what the little fire pits are going to be for. Pretty soon people are going to be warming their hands on there, I believe. Oh, look at this one. This is cool. Plumbing. Reamer Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. Just about coming to the end of these. Just a couple more to show. I like it when they do ice sculptures and they put color in there like that. Now, I am not familiar with this radio station, but I do believe that they were out here doing a remote today. I think I saw their vehicle over by the ice sculptures. It looks like they got a food truck out there now. That wasn't there earlier. Well, if you do come out, this looks like it might be something fun you could do this weekend, huh? It's your very own horse-drawn carriage. Man, that thing is packed. Look like they're having a good time. That's it for the snow sculptures and the ice sculptures. That's a fraction of what they used to have when I was a kid, or even a couple years ago when Lindsay and I came out. There was many, many more, but it makes sense. It's going to be a reduced event this year, but I'm sure 2022, everything will be back in full swing. The little river here that they usually do riverboat rides in is completely frozen. And look at this. It came out a couple times last year and was trying to figure out what this project is that they were working on. Well, it turns out it's a big giant river walk that goes alongside the river. Right now it is closed. They do have a sign up on the other side of this bridge. But this will be something that I come back and do this spring when it's open. I showed you the Zach and Max in downtown Frankenmuth. Well, over here in the river shop, or the river place shops, they have another one, in case you missed the one earlier. They have hot cocoa bombs. 3 packs for $12, 6 for $22. It's a little bit expensive. Man, I want to get them, but I can't quite justify my mind spending that amount of money. You just throw that in a cup of hot chocolate. But I love hot cocoa bombs. This is where the magic happens, unless of course you wandered in here on the first day of Snowfest, in which case, no magic's happening. For a half a second I thought about getting some fudge, but I didn't really see any flavors in there that I found interesting. This one on the sign I thought looked good, but they didn't have anything in there that looked like that. Much more peaceful back here in the river shops. There's not nearly the amount of people as there is downtown Frankenmuth right now, looking at all the snow sculptures. Oh, there's an opening here. This one out of business, it looks like. Tell you what I think the river shops needs is a loose tea and spice store. Maybe somebody can rent this out here and put one in. I can't believe they don't have one out here already. It seems like it would just be perfect. So if somebody could open one of those up for me for the couple times I come out here a year and shop, I'd be thankful. I wonder if the mirror maze is open. I'm not even sure if you're allowed to open these things up currently in Michigan. Let's see what the sign says here. It says we're open. Yeah. Apparently you can. You can go in the mirror maze, but you can't eat indoors. What if you can eat in the mirror maze? This crepe place is another place I highly recommend trying out if you ever come to Frankenmuth. It's pretty good. They got pretty decent prices for crepes as well, so you can see. Also around $7, $8. Dessert crepes are around $5, $6. It is really good. So this little photo op over here by the Sugar Rush candy store, it used to be a platform 9 3/4 photo op. I wonder if they were hit with a cease and desist order. Oh Oh, you guys were definitely up to no good not paying the licensing fee to use the Harry Potter platform. And while I'm throwing out suggestions of places to eat, try New Orleans beignets and coffee. They've got really good coffee. They also sell beignets that are just as good as any other beignet I've ever had. Not a big fan of beignets, but there is nothing wrong with New Orleans. Hot, zesty, and spicy gumbo. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna go in there and see if I can get some of this. Well, I went in there to get the gumbo, but they're all out. That kind of seems to be the story of my life at times. And they weren't gonna have any for quite a while. So, do me a favor. If you come out here, get the gumbo and let me know what it tastes like. Hopefully it's here the next time I come to Frankenmuth. Well, hopefully you enjoyed that quick look around Frankenmuth as we took a look at Zehnder's Snowfest 2021. A much reduced event compared to what it usually is. I think there was only like maybe 8 snow sculptures this year compared to, I mean, it seems like 3-4 times that many usually. Now, that's not a complaint. I totally get that, you know, things are still a little bit squirrely as far as events that places are having, and everybody's just kind of trying to figure out how they can still have the events that we're used to in sort of a reduced or changed capacity. Totally fine with that. I get it, man. Just anything we could do to kind of get out. Otherwise, what are we doing? We're just sitting around at home. So hopefully back in next year, 2022, everything will be back to normal. Man, I'm gonna be dreaming about that gumbo all weekend and that missed opportunity to get some. I'm tempted to come back out just for the gumbo, but it's kind of like too long a drive for me. I don't know, maybe I'll make some at home, or I gotta figure it out. I'm not gonna be able to get that out of my head now, but anyway, thanks for watching.